Granted, I feel like people should be able to buy sex toys of any kind. I mean, there's alien penises I've seen in porno, right? Like, we're out there doing all of this. I mean, I don't know how strict South Korea is compared to the Western world. But look, like he said, alienated, sexually alienated. There's people that just can't fuck. There's people that can't hook up for one reason or the other. What the fuck is up, Internet? I'm that dude Swainzilla, aka old guy with too much time on his hands, coming at you from the man cave, and this is crazy ass news. The idea behind this series is that I scour the internet for crazy, recent, non-political news stories that I don't know anything about. I pick articles based solely on their headlines, and I read through them while talking shit the whole time. South Korea lifts ban on imported sex dolls. I'm sorry. It's just that so many bad things have happened over the last few years that when I hear about something good happening to people, I get a little emotional. Seoul, South Korea. This is from the AP. South Korea has formally lifted a ban on the import of full-body sex dolls, ending years of debate over how much the government can interfere in private life. Yeah, I mean, like, you can buy a Barbie doll or in South Korea, right? Like, if you can buy a life-size doll, who's making the distinction? I mean, within the government, if it's a sex toy or a sex doll or whatever, or instead of just like a regular doll. I mean, stores can buy like mannequins. I mean, I guess if you have like, I wonder what the classification requirements are. They had to take this shit to court. It was like, don't want to get into the weeds, but I mean, I guess a Barbie doll doesn't have insertable areas or suction capabilities. Oh my god. I shouldn't be talking about Barbies like this. Ken's gonna get jealous. Oh my god. Anyway. Although there are no laws or regulations banning the import of sex dolls, hundreds and perhaps thousands have been seized by customs, which cited a clause in the law that bans the import of goods that harm the country's beautiful traditions and public morale. Wow. Man, that's just giving the government, like, they can make that, they can classify anything that. Depending on what it is, man, that's a lot of juice. That's a lot of juice to give the government. Importers complained and took their case to court. Oh, so it was the importers. It wasn't the people that actually receiving the sex dolls. Those people probably were like sending in complaints, and the importers are like, hey man, we're trying to get them to you, but these motherfuckers are just tossing them. That is crazy. Importers complained and took their cases to court, most of which agreed with them and ordered customs to release the sex dolls. So customs, I mean, going forward, customs haven't just been holding on to these sex dolls, have they? Saying they are used in people's private spaces and don't undermine human dignity. Yeah, it's their own fucking doll. I mean, you can charge them up if they're fucking it on the bus or something, but they should still be able to buy it. I mean, I don't know how strict South Korea is, but that just seems like, I mean, how the fuck are you going to stop? I don't know. Depending on where you're at, I guess the governments can pretty much do whatever the fuck they want if they're able to write that kind of a law. Bans all imports on goods that harm the country's beautiful traditions and public morale. So crazy. On Monday, the Korea Customs Services said in a statement that it began enforcing a revised guideline for import of life-size adult sex dolls. Jesus Christ, say that 3 times fast. Life-size adult sex dolls. Jesus. It said it reviewed recent court rulings and opinions from relevant government agencies, including the Ministry of Gender Equality and Family. Interesting. Ministry of Gender Equality and Family. What are those motherfuckers up to? The Customs Service said it will ban the import of childlike sex dolls, yeah, or other embodying certain people. What's that mean? It said other countries like the United States, Australia, and the UK also ban childlike sex dolls. Yeah, you don't want. I mean, how do you ban them though? Unless you're checking every fucking box that comes in. Is that what they're doing? I mean, I guess they go through an X-ray or something, but I'm sure, like, if you're selling fucking. I mean, I don't know why I'm dwelling on this, but it just seems like if these people if people are making childlike sex toys, they're figuring out a way to sell them. That's all I'm really saying. The people, if you get caught with a childlike sex doll, man, you should get the book thrown at you, right? I mean, then again, it's a doll. It's not a real kid. Oh man, what a moral dilemma. I guess you go back to the fucking the beautiful traditions and public morale. But I mean, it is a doll. It's not like a real kid. Oh man, that's a. I don't know. What do you think about that? Should I don't. I'm almost thinking that maybe we should encourage the sale of childlike sex dolls, right? Wouldn't I don't know. I feel like. Oh man. Oh Jesus. This was a lot heavier than I thought it was going to be when I got into it. We'll scratch that. We'll table that for a different discussion. While the decision reflects South Korea's slow yet gradual moves to restrict state interference into personal lives, some women's rights and conservative organizations will likely again voice their opposition to the use of sex dolls. Also, these were the people that were complaining about it ahead of time. Is that why they got banned? I just thought maybe Customs was freeballing and just had made a decision there. The women's rights and conservative organizations. Huh. Why would the women give a fuck? They say they deepen sexual objectification of women and undermine public morale. I don't know, man. The sex doll thing has got me a little fucking weirded out because you see these stories of dudes marrying these chicks, right? So like if these guys, maybe these guys have social anxiety, maybe they're depressed, maybe there's a whole lot of reasons why they would, maybe they're a germaphobe, who knows? But I don't think you can, like I've seen these um, life-size sex dolls, like there was like a Real Sex or something on HBO about it years ago or whatever. And hey, I don't think you can knock people that buy them. I mean, there's an industry. There's fucking lonely people out there. I mean, these women, are these guys, are these dolls deepening sexual objectification of women? Or are they saving women the hassle of having to deal with these, like, incel types? Man, I never really thought about it until I got into this article, like the different angles you can come at this with. But I feel like it's not these women's rights or conservative organizations to determine whether or not men, women, whoever buy adult-sized sex toys or not. I don't feel like that's any of their business at all. And I don't think they have a leg to stand on as far as the argument goes. Maybe, I guess the objectification thing is just such a, like, you can kind of say that about anything. And a lot of times you can be right, don't get me wrong. It's just like, I mean, what are these people coming with studies? Or is there studies to prove this? You know what I mean? The studies can be flawed. I feel like if some lonely type dude, I mean, you've seen these people. I mean, I feel like in that Real Sex that I watched, There was a guy that was in love with his fucking sex doll. That he's not objectifying women because he's in love with his sex doll. Or he's all about the sex doll. I could see some like creepers being like, "Oh yeah, my my sex doll makes me want to go rape chicks." Yeah, I can see that, but I don't think that's the majority of these dudes. I mean, any of the ones I've seen. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, I'm clearly not an expert in any of this. Let's continue. Green Share Co., a South Korean company that imports sex dolls, said in a statement that it was deplorable for the customs service to lift the import ban after allegedly wasting taxpayer money for lawsuits which with importers. The company said it has suffered immense losses. It said South Korea must reform other regulations that have a negative impact on the economy. Wait. Wait, what's their beef? It's deplorable for the customs services to lift the import ban after allegedly wasting taxpayers' money for lawsuits with importers. But they're importers. Wait, we thought our people's rights to seek happiness and use sex dolls in their private lives have been restricted by the state, said Lee Sang-jin, who headed one of the company's online shopping malls. There are various types of people who use sex dolls, including those who are sexually alienated or those who need them for artistic purposes. I mean, that might be a stretch. The alienated thing, yeah, I'm with you on there, but the artistic purposes? Lee said that the decision by the customs was reasonable, but a bit late. So is he mad that now they're letting other companies in? I'm confused. South Korean authorities don't crack down on the sale of domestically made sex dolls, but their quality is in general inferior to those made abroad, Lee said. What? He's there, though. Is he making them domestically? This is South Korea. It's a South Korea company. I'm so confused because I'm confused of why this guy is salty. Lee said his former company has already taken back more than 20 sex dolls from customs officials through lawsuits. He said the company had filed separate lawsuits seeking government compensation as many of the retrieved sex dolls became unusable following about 2 years of seizures by customs services. So he must be complaining somehow. What? I don't understand. So why was customs taking his? Because he was selling them, he was shipping them out? Why was customs taking this guy's? He's in South Korea. Unless they were shipping them to different areas, and that's where they were getting swiped. I'm confused by them. At first, I thought this guy was like, "Hey, man, keep those bans up because that's fucking with our business, our economy." But now it sounds like it's not. That's not the case. That's confusing to me. The Customs Service's decision would allow importers to get back their sex dolls held in government storages run by the agencies. Oh, so they weren't tossing them; they were holding on to them. Customs officials said they still likely hold more than 1,000 sex dolls and had been sent to South Korea that had been sent to South Korea since 2018. Sex dolls, okay? uh, Come on, man. Like I said from the drop. Look at this fucking sex doll. She's got a thigh gap. Am I looking up a sex doll's dress right now? Like what? What is going on in here? Are those panties? All right. I love that she's in the hearing. Like, is this guy saying, "Hey, look, she's studious." Like, there's nothing going on here. Look, she's clean cut. She's what was it? Beautiful traditions in public morale. Like she looks like a moral person. She's got her heels on. She's got like Jesus Christ. I think people should be able to buy sex dolls, right? I mean, I I feel like you have to let you if people are making them and people are willing to spend that. It's like the free market, right? I don't think you can like legislating morality is just like a lose-lose, man. Because what's going to happen is that now if you can't get a real sex doll, right? Then these guys that are they're going to invent shit. They're going to invent their own. I mean, I guess that's how you like instigate like creativity. I don't know. I mean, this was way more than I bargained for when I started this. I just thought it was going to be funny. But now I'm a moral dilemma. should should fucking perverts be able to fucking should we encourage perverts buying child size sex toys? Like I know it's weird, but I don't know, man. That's so weird. It's so weird to even be talking about this. What are you? What are your thoughts? Granted, I feel like people should be able to buy sex toys of any kind. I mean, there's alien penises I've seen in porno, right? Like we're out there doing all of this. I mean, I don't know how strict South Korea is compared to the Western world. But look, like he said, alienated, sexually alienated. There's people that just can't fuck. There's people that can't hook up for one reason or the other. I mean, should they fucking? I mean, it's like a pacifier. I don't know. I'm trying to make sense of this in my head. Like, um, anyway, right? I feel like I'm digging myself a hole here. You let me know what you think about this in the comments. I'm curious to see see it. I don't normally get any kind of comments on these, but if I do, please, if you have any, your first impulse, your first thought, throw it in the comments. I'm very curious to see where people fall on. Let me see. People should buy sex toys. Should we encourage pedophiles buying child-sized sex toys to discourage like real pedophilia? Maybe. Is there something weird about people falling in love with inanimate objects? Um, I don't know. I don't think you can really say that. That's not like a weird thing. I mean, I love my Xbox, right? Anyway, that's all I got for now. I'll catch you on the next one if I'm not canceled by then later.